Who would have thought the biggest threat to gaming would come from a bunch of angry moms in Australia?
Shut the f up!
With all the ongoing nonsense, you might be thinking, what will actually become of gaming? Now, even though it seems pretty bad, with the innovations in tech and how the gaming landscape is changing, there are two reasons why I think the future of gaming is safe. Because as long as real gamers and passionate devs exist, rest assured, games are not going anywhere. I'll also talk about Collective Shout and their nonsense, so stick around till the end of the video. Anyways, let's dive in. Imagine stepping into a world where NPCs talk to you like real people. Something felt off, didn't it? Because that wasn't me, that was AI. And it's funny how it sounds like me but not like me at the same time. Anyways, there's a reason I wanted to bring this up. The other day my friend said to me, just imagine if the next Witcher game had fully AI NPCs, each one thinking, reacting and talking differently to Siri. The possibilities would be endless. Now on paper, it does sound cool. But I've got two problems with that. First off, Siri is not a Witcher. And second, I'd rather interact with characters written and voiced by actual humans, not an algorithm. Indie games like Paradise did that, and to no one's surprise, it wasn't really impressive.
So, I don't know. Show me your boobs.
Excuse you? That's like totally out of line. Show some respect, you creep.
Anyways, in my opinion, it also kind of defeats the whole point of storytelling in games. Because good games don't just have impressive gameplay systems. They tell stories and make you feel something.
The stories about hate and how we use all those same things to make the player feel that.
The thing is, human artists bring nuance, soul, and real emotions to their work. While no matter how impressive, AI art will always lack soul because it's just patterns and numbers. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that all human stories are good. I mean, we've seen how bad a story can be when the writers focus on checking boxes instead of writing an actual story. And I'm not against tech and AI. In fact, out of curiosity, I asked ChatGPT to write a story focusing on themes of redemption and forgiveness, and not gonna lie, it was pretty cliche, but it gave me some ideas I could improve upon. Sure, generative AI is a powerful tool for devs working on a tighter budget, but it can never replace them. In fact, the indie devs have been using AI tools for environments and asset creation, and even though I don't really like the clunky and stuttery feel of the games developed on Unreal Engine 5, it still makes it way easier for devs to build beautiful open worlds and have smart NPCs, which is why Unreal Engine 5 is the go-to engine for many smaller studios. And that's why games like Mafia: The Old Country, Expedition 33, or The Blood of Dawnwalker all look amazing despite not being AAA titles. So the point is, AI has made it possible to make good games on decent budgets. And this technology is only getting exponentially better every passing day, so safe to say, we're gonna see a lot of good games from smaller studios and indie devs in the future, if the groups like Collective Shout just leave us alone. It's no secret that Eastern devs have cracked the code. Well, I guess the progressive disease got to Japan, but the Chinese and Korean devs saw the market gap, they saw what the gamers actually wanted, and they capitalized. They're working on some of the most ambitious games and I really can't wait to play them all. Crimson Desert being the one I'm most hyped for, closely followed by Blood Message and Mudong Two Hearts. Meanwhile, there's probably nothing coming from the West that I really care about. These Eastern devs are gonna swallow the entire industry, while the Western companies are gonna be left scratching their heads, wondering what went wrong. And to be honest, I'm just loving the slow and painful demise of the Western gaming corporations, because without it, we would not have seen what talent and true passion can do. So until the Western gaming companies somehow find a way to fire the CEOs instead of the devs, things are not gonna change. Because let's be honest, it's the executives that make horrible decisions. And of course, it's the gamers and devs who end up getting the short end of the stick. The Western companies need to understand that gaming does not rely on them. They rely on gaming. You see, gaming is not confined to a region. It belongs to real gamers and passionate devs. And all we want are just good games without any nonsense. And speaking of nonsense, let's talk about Collective Shout. The most annoying woman on the planet cyberbullied the payment processing companies to get literally thousands of games taken down from platforms like Steam and itch.io. And it wasn't just the NSFW stuff, even some of the normal games got delisted as well. Now, I don't even know or care about many of these games, but why this matters is because now they're also coming up for games like Grand Theft Auto 5, Detroit Become Human, Saints Row, and you can see where that's going. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out after 12 years. Please just let it drop peacefully, that's all I'm asking for. Anyways, I ask myself two questions. Who the f these Karens think they are to tell the gamers what they can and cannot play? And second, what the actual is Collective Shout? And is that a butthole? Collective Shout is a non-profit organization fighting against objectification of girls, which is why they defended this abomination not just once, but twice now. Also never complained about TV shows like, well, Game of Thrones or The Boys, just to name a few. What's funny is how the Online Safety Act and this nonsense came under the guise of protecting kids online, which is bullshit and we all know it. I mean, if you really want to protect the kids, why not go after, I don't know, people who own private jets and islands? But no, games are the real problem here. Because you know, gamers are easier to paint as faceless haters and narrow-minded misogynists. I mean, the game journalists and woke activists have been doing it for like a decade. But the funniest part is, the LGBT stuff also got removed from these platforms, and a lot of woke activists who supported Collective Shout started to backtrack. Also turns out, they lied about the adult games being easily accessible for children. And when people like Madam Savvy and Smash JT called them out, they threatened lawsuits and started throwing around words I can't even repeat. But this is where it gets really interesting. Collective Shout runs on charity donations, and believe me when I say this, they also have a monthly subscription model. On top of that, they get funds from the government, because the Karen final boss is associated with politics. Not a good sign. Now you might be wondering, what do they even need the donations for? I mean, most of them are working voluntarily for the greater cause, and most of their campaigns are just emailing, rage posting, and charging into the comments like Spartans. But get this, they generate like $500,000 in revenue. Since I'm not an accountant, I asked ChatGPT and a friend, but would still defer to someone who is an actual financial expert. So if I get something wrong, please feel free to correct me in the comments down below. I noticed how they break down where the money is coming from, but when it comes to where the money goes, it's a program cost, mate. Don't worry about it. And since there is no mention of salaries or staff wages either, I guess all this is for snacks or something. I mean, they could have put those resources to better use going after the actual corn industry or a more mainstream media like Hollywood, because the games they're targeting, not many people play them. But I guess they gotta justify the program costs. But anyways, it made me realize something really important. You can get like $500,000 in donations for raging online, and I've been doing it for free. The good news is, at the time of me making this video, itch.io has reinstated the free games that were delisted and are trying to figure out how to bring the paid ones back, sending a clear message that they won't cave under the pressure from these collective clowns. So these Karens can talk to as many managers as they like, games are not going anywhere. Anyways, thanks for watching, like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video, do share your thoughts about the future of gaming in the comments down below. Until next time, take care.